After about a year of playing Diablo Immortal and a few of my own mistakes, I decided to make an in-depth gem explanation video. Shout out to Gatubela for the request. Since secondary stats are the most underrated character aspect in the game, we'll start with normal gems. But first, let's make sure we're talking about the same thing. These are the stats normal gems directly impact. In this explanation, I'll be talking about tourmaline and ruby in one category, and citrine, topaz, sapphire, and aquamarine in another. All of these gems upgrade the same way, cost the same, and give the same base attribute increase per level. However, citrine and the others have a breakpoint in their reward per upgrade that tourmaline and ruby do not. You'll notice that after level 6, the citrine group gets a lot more benefit to continue upgrading, but tourmaline's increase stays the same. With more points per secondary stat on every upgrade, you should always prioritize these gems first. In the legend, I've mentioned that each gem increases the secondary stat attribute by 1, and rubies increase by 1.55. This is to not confuse stats like armor and armor pen with fortitude. Normal gems directly increase your stats 1 for 1, where fortitude, willpower, etc. don't. Rubies increase your HP much faster than other gems, but level up at the same rate as tourmalines. You cannot lose any gem power in this game, so feel free to upgrade your normal gems as soon as you can. You're also able to split gems 3 times per week without any cost and be refunded echo crystals if used. Just be mindful that split gems cannot be sold on the market after being split. Every gem increases the attributes of the gear they've been put on the same, but not all set items have the same base attributes. In this demonstration, I'm showing a clanmate's set item base attributes that is currently in Inferno 4 difficulty. The wrists, rings, and necklace all have the exact same base attributes, so the gem levels put on those increase those stats directly. The waist and boots are the same, but much higher than the others, and the gloves are the only set items with base attributes for damage. Everything else increases life. Shout out to View in this comparison at Inferno 5, but here all of the attributes of the set items are higher than Inferno 4 and work the same way. Waist, boots, and gloves should always take priority with your highest level gems here first. To make the point clearer, here's the next step to Inferno 6 gear. Normal gems only indirectly increase life and damage this way. So with all of that being said, this is how your normal gem setup should look. Again, 2 of the 3 most important set item attributes are focused on citrine and the others. Make these your priority. Okay, now legendary gems work a bit easier because all they do is increase your combat rating CR and the base stats of everything all at once. So that's damage, life, and CR only. The game will explain to you that 1 resonance is 0.05% increase in base attributes. But what does that even mean? So here, let me use Gatubela for example. And since we already know how base stats work, we'll only be looking at the attributes of legendary gear. However much the base stat of a piece of gear has does not matter here, because resonance increases everything the same, but they are all still dependent on the difficulty level, Inferno 2, 3, 4, and so on. Resonance may take the most time to acquire, and you cannot split legendary gems, so be careful on upgrades. The gains in CR per gem upgrade are not so drastic, to be honest, so focus more on types of gem and their benefit to your playstyle. If you're free to play, maxing a few 1-star gems would be a good start, and this is what you're looking to gain from that, in terms of CR and additional percentage increase to your base stats like life and damage at your difficulty level. 2-star gems have very aggressive bonuses and decent resonance upgrades. Just make sure to get them to rank 5 for max benefits before continuing to upgrade as the price goes up from there. Obviously, the more star the gem has, the quicker your resonance will increase, but the cost will also come along with it. 5 stars being the most costly and highest potential for stats. This is your gem power breakdown per type of gem. And keep in mind, all 5-star gems hold 32 gem power, even if they are only 2 out of 5 star. Gem power is not lost on upgrades either, like this rank 8 Cure Sling. I'm just not able to split it down, but I can trash it and use that power for something else. At rank 5, all legendary gems unlock an increase to find magic items 5% for 1 star, 10% for 2 star, and 15% for 5 star. And now 5-star gems have a progressive upgrade guide to continue upgrading the gem into 6 steps. Auxiliary gem inlay is pretty simple in that all 1-star gems can be inlaid with other 1-stars, 2s with 2s, and 5-stars with 5-stars. For example, I just put a Maw of the Deep on this Zwensen without having to upgrade it or lose my resonance, and can do the same with 2-star gems, but will only allow the trait of the gem at rank 1. This Sling is rank 8, and I can inlay it over my Igneous without any change to my character, but as you'll see, I'll only be able to use the Sling rank 1 skills, making the blind 1.3 seconds, not 3.3. This works best to switch between PvP and PvE style gems that you own but can't get around to upgrading them all, and can also be done at your character screen. You don't have to visit the jeweler. Telluric craft is an extremely effective and passive grind for resonance. Once you've collected 40 pearls, you can craft any 5-star gem at 2 out of 5-star level immediately. The gem will be bound to you, so you can't sell it on the market. For free-to-play players, this is an extra 32 gem power to help with upgrades. Gem power transfers are only allowed on 5-star type gems, but the gem power can be used for any purpose. I'll show 2 examples here where I extract all of the gem power from a rank 5 Frozen Heart with 475 gem power, which is all of the resources needed to upgrade it to that level readily available again. At this point, the gem will go dormant and cannot be used, so the slot has gone empty on the legendary it was on at first. I've already done this before and used the gem power on the 2-star Igneous Scorn you saw earlier, which is why you'll see 2 dormant gems in this example. And by clicking on Power Infusion, I can put that gem power right back into any dormant gem that needs 475 gem power or less to reactivate it if I want the gem back. Since the Frozen Heart is a great overall gem, I'll prefer to keep it on. But in the next example of gem power transfers, I luckily have 2 gems at the exact same rank, which means they require the same amount of gem power, one PvE focused and the other PvP focused. With this feature, I can swap between full-powered 5-star gems at any time for whatever kind of game mode I'm going into next, or prefer at the time. It's only a coincidence that both gems are 3 of 5 stars, but this does not matter. The one drawback is that you cannot save a loadout with one gem on and another loadout with the other. You will need to visit the jeweler and transfer the gem power manually. The very last step to increasing your resonance would be awakening a gem slot. Once the gem is awakened, the legendary gains an additional bonus, and the gem allows for additional legendary gems to be added at a fraction of the resonance. Here, a rank 10 Chain Death that would normally give me 150 resonance only allows 10, and a rank 5 Followers 10 more. This is really a final phase for maxing your resonance. I hope you enjoyed the explanation, as I'm working on releasing a few Diablo Immortal guides for beginners, advanced, and expert. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment letting me know what you think or if you have any questions. Thank you all.